Hello everyone, I hope y'all are doing well. I am not too bad myself. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be telling you my experience at Brewery X at Angel Stadium. Now, I'm going to be going over some main things like how it is versus other seats in the stadium, what's different about it, and whether or not you should go out and try it for yourself. Obviously you should, but I just want you to hear my input. So how it is different from other seats is that I say it's the easiest to get to, because if you're in the nosebleeds, the steps are going to be insanely steep in order to just find your seat. It's a little bit of a hike getting up there. But at the lower levels, where you're closer to the field, the steps are very long and you kind of have to walk awkwardly down, like either one giant step after one giant step, or two small steps and then down, two small steps and then down. This is like the perfect how a normal staircase would be. Now, the cost varies between team to team that the Angels play. They were playing the Chicago Cubs when I went, so it was about $37, but there's a little bit of a catch. You have to pay for the food that they are going to serve you, and obviously it's preferable if you tip, because they actually have servers that come down and give you your food instead of you just walking up to a counter and just ordering what you want. But I'm just gonna skip to the food. It is not like your normal ballpark food. I personally had the patty melt and French fry, then some grilled jalapenos, and root beer float. And then for a beverage, obviously Coca-Cola, because they didn't have Dr. Pepper. But I'm gonna start with the patty melt. I am not a big rye bread fan, but that patty melt was very good. I prefer my patty melt to be on sourdough, because I think that is just overall a better tasting bread, and I also think that it toasts up very well, way better than just normal rye bread. But I would suggest trying that out probably, because I am a patty melt lover. But even though it is on rye bread, it was spectacular. The fries also very good, standard, crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside. Just what you want in a good fry, and they also give you a big old bottle of ketchup. They don't just give you a little cup of ketchup. Soda tastes normal for the most part, but it does taste a little watered down, which kind of to be expected. Soda isn't necessarily going to be their specialty at a brewery. But for dessert, I had a root beer float with some cookies. The root beer float itself was really good. They gave me another side of root beer in case I wanted to refill my cup. The ice cream, nice and creamy. What you want from ice cream, what you want from root beer float, really. However, the cookies weren't that great. They were cold and they were stale, so I had to dip it into the root beer float, which I would recommend. Cookies and root beer float, I did not expect to be a good combo, but I don't know why I didn't expect that, because cookie witches are awesome. But I would suggest trying some other stuff maybe too, like my mom had an elote and a torta, and the rest of my family had burgers. Just a normal standard cheeseburger that they serve, but it's way higher quality than what you would order at just a walk-up stand in Angel Stadium. Now, lastly, I'm gonna be going over the view of the spot. See, I sat at the very front, towards further towards the field instead of further back. And it was a good view. I liked how it was pretty easy to see most of everything. There's like a little pocket that is blocked, but it's not necessarily that big of a deal. The pocket I'm talking about is more center right field, where the clay track is. But it is also a little difficult to gauge first base because it's going straight at you, because at Brewery X you're sitting right behind the foul pole. So that is also like a object that is blocking you. If I'm talking views, I would want to sit up in the nosebleeds because I have a great view of literally everything. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to catch a fly ball or a home run, but I'd still suggest sitting up there and watching the entire game and just relax, even though it is, like I said, a little bit of a hike to get there. Would I recommend you do this? I would say yes, just to try it. If you want to do it more, that is up to you. But would I see myself doing it more? Probably once or twice with some friends. But I wouldn't necessarily do it all the time. I'd probably do it for like special occasions. But mainly I like to sit in the nosebleeds because that is certainly the best view out of all the seats in the ballpark. So I hope y'all got something out of that. I'm just trying to gauge and see what this is going to be like, whether or not I should keep doing this. I kind of want to keep doing this, but we'll see. Anyways, I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all next time.